Hi. Um, Purely because my internet is being retarded and it seems we can't actually get enough time to fucking do anything, I'm just gonna cheat. I'm gonna make this easier for all of us, and I'm just gonna look up the exact answer to this exact puzzle, and then we'll go about the rest of them just fine. Because I'm not gonna sit here and spend 3 fucking hours fixing my internet and 2 hours playing with fucking dice. This shit's retarded. I'll figure it out another time. Since time doesn't want to be our friend, and my internet wants to be retarded. Wait, why does it say waiting? There we go. Left, down, down, left. I guess I should send the link. Oh yeah, it is. I should probably update that. It sure would be nice if I didn't have to update which chat it was constantly. It sure would be nice if our internet worked the way it was supposed to work. I should probably drop the link for everyone. What? I love... This puzzle is so fucking stupid. Like, I hate how you move the dice. Like, why is it isometric? Why is it isometric? And then the way you move it is fucking directional. Like, just align it in a proper fucking way. This is retarded. Like, you can't make it intuitive to do your stupid fucking dice puzzle that's dumb as fuck to begin with. Like, if you're gonna make your puzzle have a stupid thing where you have to move your dice in a specific way, maybe make the way you move the dice a little more fucking intuitive. Three people will definitely choose ally. 3 will choose betray. 1's a mirror. Strive for 9 with 6 cooperators. Okay. I guess we just gotta test things out and see who does what. A betrayed. B allied. One of these is the mirror, so I guess C is the mirror. So if that's true, we can test that with this. And they both seem to ally. So D allied. And I think E allied as well. Oh, I guess we killed B. Whoops. Oh, wait, but if E betrayed, then that means E, because if E has 9 points, that means that E's okay. Put D there, and I guess we'll betray. Oh wait, but C's the mirror. Okay, so hold on. E and A, B, C, D. Ally. Oh wait, I fucked that up. Okay, hold on. Okay. Notebook. Way to go. Good work. Look, the screen changed too. So, what would this be? Okay. Password is sun star star. Looks like the password to the safe. We did it. This should get us into that safe. Alright. And now we need to get the cheaters through. Not the cheaters, the... Okay, C's coming with us. And I guess we'll just betray. A with C, B with E. No, wait. C comes with us. That's not what I wanted. Second answer. We must be the only ones to surpass 9. Us? Only? So maybe... A with C. We're gonna take D. And then we'll put B with E. Right? We'll do this. Right? We'll put D with us again. We'll put A with E and C with B. And then put B with A. No, wait. B with E, C with A, and D with us. Oh wait, no, E hit 9. Fuck, that's my fault. It's kinda complicated, yeah. We'll betray D again. Put A with E, because they'll betray each other. And then B and C, and we'll betray. Right? A with C are gonna betray each other, so they're not gonna keep going. But then, okay, so A and E have to go at each other again. But they're not gonna make it anyway. There we go. Okay. Are we ready? All plot. We did it. We did it all. There are different symbols now in different places. We get big lore drops. We're gonna get a bunch of answers. And we're gonna get a bunch of questions. Same safe we've seen in other rooms. We just need to plug in the password. Why don't we give it a shot? So it's gonna be star, sun, and moon. Alright. Oh, misinput. It was a misinput. All right, I think this is our final notebook page. That's it. Everything. Ugh. It's open. Let's see what's in here. 2 key cards. We can use them to play the AB rooms as many times as we want. These keys are important, but look at this. Excelivir, the Radical 6 cure. Thank goodness. I don't know what to say. Quark is going to be okay. Is he crying? Alright, let's get out of here. We need to get this stuff to Quark and Alice. Yeah, right. This key should do the trick. Let's get moving. All right, guys, it's our final page. It's the last thing. Swimsuit, what swimsuit? 63 terajoules. The amount of energy you'd get by combining 350 milligrams of matter and antimatter. You can get this number using the equation E equals mc squared. 5. What do you get when you convert 700 milligrams to kilograms? 7 times 10 to the minus 4th.007th kilogram. Then what's the speed of light? About 300,000 kilometers per second if you convert that to meters. You get 3 times 10 to the 8th or 3 billion meters per second. And what if you square that? 9 times 10 to the 16th. And then if you multiply that to the original mass, you get 63 times 10 to the 12th or 63 trillion. Hello, Scarlet, you're here just in time for all the answers. Einstein's famous equation. Put it simply, it means that energy is equal to mass times the speed of light squared. It describes how much energy you'd get by annihilating matter with antimatter, a lot, but also carries the interesting implication that with enough energy you could theoretically create matter. TNT is often used as a reference point when discussing the power of explosive devices. Specifically, explosive power is usually described by tonnage. The amount of energy 1 ton of TNT produces is approximately 4.184 gigajoules. This means that an explosive device with an output of 1 megaton generates 4.184 petajoules. TNT stands for Trinidad and Tobago. Yes. Trinitrotoluene. That's it. It's one of the most common explosives, which is how it came to be a reference point. A kilogram of TNT has 1.84 megajoules of energy, but a kilogram of butter has 30 megajoules. Butter is some dangerous stuff. Antihydrogen atom. A particular type of antimatter. Normal hydrogen atoms have one proton and one electron, but an antihydrogen atom has the opposite, one antiproton and one positron. In November 2010, the European Organization for Nuclear Research issued a statement announcing that they had captured an antihydrogen atom. They claimed that they had gathered 38 of them, in fact, and managed to hold them in a special container for 0.2 seconds. Less than 6 months later, in June 2011, they managed to capture several more antihydrogen atoms and contain them for more than 100 seconds. Although the creation and storage of antimatter is still a difficult obstacle, these results suggest that antimatter reactors could someday be a possibility. In a general sense, an antimatter reactor is a system that generates electricity from matter-antimatter reactions. This facility uses hydrogen and antihydrogen. The reactions power a turbine, which generates energy and powers everything in the facility. It looks like a gigantic octopus, but it's definitely not edible, no matter how you cook it. Password input device. This device can be used in an emergency to deactivate the antimatter bombs hidden throughout the facility. It doesn't really have any official name. Sometimes it's called the designated computer terminal, but sometimes it's just the input device. The device has a small QWERTY keyboard beneath an LCD display. On the top is a large black cable which can be attached to the bomb you wish to deactivate. Entering the correct password on the keyboard will stop the detonation. Swimsuit! 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 Alright, Clumsy. For some reason, Sigma, or perhaps the author, seems to be unnaturally obsessed with swimsuits. Why is that? Was he involved in a horrible swimsuit accident now repressed in his youth? Did he have a crush in high school on a girl on the swim team who put her Olympic aspirations ahead of any possible romance? Is he just a perv? The world may never know. For some reason. For some reason. The Minkowski space. Oh, look at all of this. A way of describing the reality that adds a fourth dimension to the time to the 3 dimensions of space. It was described by a German mathematician, Hermann Minkowski, and therefore bears his name. It's also the name of a ski resort for in miniature cows. The scientific name for the order to which rabbits belong, 0 1/3's actual name. Lagomorph. Temioji and Alice. When they were split up at the red, blue, and green chromatic doors, Temioji told Alice that there was something he wanted to tell her. That something was, of course, his identity. That he already knew all about Alice, Ice 9, and not because he'd heard it from Clover. After the second round of the AB game, after going through to the purple and green doors, as a solo purple, we didn't open any purple doors, was heard to say the following to Temioji, her opponent. What the heck did you mean with all that? It's not fair. If you're telling the truth, then So what did Tenmyoji say to her? So what had Tenmyoji said to her? The same thing he'd meant to say to Alice, of course. He told her who he was, and that simple fact shook Clover's resolve, and made her vote ally. It probably hadn't been his original intention to betray her, but after thinking about Quark's safety, he probably felt he had no choice and picked betray. AB project. A stands for after and B stands for before, but they can also stand for anima and body. Everything that happened in this facility was a part of the AB project. The mystery of Phi. So who was Phi? There are a few clues scattered throughout the story, but nothing conclusive. Perhaps the truth will be revealed at the Nevada test site. The deactivation passwords. Here's a little something about the bomb's deactivation passwords. Those passwords, they aren't just gibberish. There's something hidden in each one, and I can only give you one hint. +1. Good luck. There's a lot more to the story, but I think we'll stop the secret archives here. Thank you for playing, and we hope you enjoyed the game. Hold on. Secret password. Secret password. There's something hidden in each one. There's not enough vowels for this to make sense. I'm sure someone has solved this by now, but now I'm kind of like... So an A becomes a B? +1 to each letter? You're right. You're right. Hold on. You're so right. Okay. So, bomb 0, right? Cipher for babies? Yeah, I know. I have a proper Caesar cipher that I made for something else right here, and I'm just using the alphabet I had written out to figure this out. The first one's my brother. The second one is a... No, wait. That's wrong. Or... A? Yeah, because that's a Z. Did I do that right? Crash. C-R-A-S-H-K-E. Crash keys. EQD. So it's gonna be F R D D. So that's gonna be E E. Freeze. Freeze soul? LXQ L should be M Y Q. Oh, Myrmidon? Is that what that's gonna say? Yeah. Myrmidons. So, my brother, Crash Keys, Free the Soul, and Myrmidons. Okay, it's a little predictable. Brother is the head of the Free the Soul, the cult that Dio's a part of. The old fart that he has nothing to do with. So we got my brother. I think that says Crash Keys because there's no other way that makes any other sense. Yeah, it's just this is. So it's my brother, Crash Keys, Freeze Soul, which I think, I don't know. That's kind of just what I got from it. Each one is just a different thing. It says my brother, Crash Keys, Freeze Soul, Myrmidons. So I guess each one is their own like thing. But alright. You guys ready? All set here? Go for it. Alright, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3. Stop that, jeez. One more time. 3, 2, 1.
Huh. It opened.
We should get back to the Flore warehouse then.
Hey, wait. Did you guys hear something?
What?
You didn't hear it. It came from over here. Sounded like something turned on. See? I told you. This screen wasn't here
You're
before.
right. Guess it was set to turn on when we opened the door.
It looks like an authentication screen. I think we need to put in an ID and a password.
Yeah, but what?
That was when I noticed the illustration. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the sun. The lion is eating the... Memento Mori. Remember death. If the ninth lion ate the sun. Oh, of course. This was the real ninth lion. But if that was the case... Memento Mori. Remember death. Memento Mori. Remember death. This one doesn't have two heads, no. Remember... It's just the same, ain't it? Milk of Oli. No? Oh shit, what? What? No, it stands for Golem type female, blank model, Luna, 16. Milk I love. What? What? I don't... Is it Akane's password? Do I just put in Akane's name? Ugh. Yeah, okay. And then we already have the password. It's Jumpy Doll. That I do have written down. I just didn't have Akane's last name written down, but it fills in. There was 15 prior
Sigma.
Lunas. Well, she's model 16.
Look!
Whoa! Guys, it's Akane.
Akane. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. They've been looking for her for a very long time.
He walked toward her, slowly, carefully, almost as if he was afraid of scaring her away. He reached out.
She's a hologram.
Temioji squeezed his eyes shut.
Akane.
He closed his hand around an empty air and let it fall into his side. There was a moment of sad silence, and then she began to speak.
I see you finally arrived. I've been waiting for you. Well, I suppose that's slightly inaccurate. What you see now is a holographic message I recorded before you came here. Unfortunately, this means I will not be able to answer your questions least not directly. I hope you will
It's
understand.
Akane from the last game. It's my favorite character. Guys, it's my favorite character. Look, it's my favorite character.
Now, where to begin? You probably have a great many questions.
You can tell I'm excited because I'm kicking my foot on the ground, so I'm like bouncing a little bit.
What day is it? Where are we? Who is Zero? And what does he have to do with Akane Kurashiki? But I imagine there is one question that rises above all the others. Why were we brought here? The answer to that is simple. Everything that has happened here is part of our plan. All of this was required for the success of the AB project. I assume you heard the name by now, at least. In any event, you were all needed in order to execute our plan. The Nonary game was necessary for the same reason. Your question now, I imagine, is just what is this AB project? The answer to that is also simple. Allow me to explain. We
Alright.
created the
Are you guys ready
AB
for just 2 hours of cutscenes?
to transport the consciousnesses of two people into the past. Those two people are you, Sigma, and you, Phi.
What do you mean, the past? The moment the words were out of my mouth, I realized no one there could answer the questions. Not Phi, not Temiyoji, and certainly not a pre-recorded hologram.
Have you figured out what this room is? I assume you saw the Q on the door. It stands for quantum. That makes this the quantum room.
No, it's the cube room. It took me a moment to realize she'd changed subjects without even pausing. There was nothing we could do, of course, but I still felt a twinge of frustration.
Take a look at the rear of the room. Do you see that large enclosure? That houses our quantum computer. The systems that control this entire facility run on that machine. That includes the construct you refer to as Zero Jr., as well as the golems. All of them do their thinking in that box.
Guys, Luna's right here. Luna's in here.
Isn't that strange, though? It seems contrary to how we perceive the world. The body, the thing that you see and interact with, is somewhere else. But the mind and all its thoughts are in this box.
Yeah.
Perhaps it isn't so strange, though. Perhaps humans are the same, with our minds and thoughts existing separate from our bodies. Our core is in our head, of course. We all have individual brains, think individual thoughts, and act according to individual wills. That makes communication difficult, though. So, we're forced to rely on inefficient mediums, like language, photographs, non-verbal cues, etc., to transmit information.
Quantum consciousness box.
Each one of us is an individual, and we have no direct connection to anyone else. But is that really true? In the dimensions we are
I gotta grab
most
my charger
familiar
from my
with,
phone.
Yes, it is. If we look at things from another higher dimension, however, we may all be connected after all, like the branches of a tree or a rhizome. Imagine a horizontal cross-section of the root system of a large tree. All you can see are the spots where the roots intersect the plane of your cross-section. In the two dimensions you see, the roots all appear to be individual things with no connection to one another. But this isn't the case. If you expand your view and look at the root system in 3 dimensions instead of only 2, you see the truth. All the roots join together at the trunk. In 2 dimensions, they appear to be separate. But if you look at the roots from a third higher dimension, you I'm not the only one, I suppose. Zero and I share that belief.
Morphogenetic field theory.
Temioji mumbled something that sounded like nonsense. I opened my mouth to ask him what it meant, but Akane was already talking again.
Now, when I talk about a fourth dimension, I'm referring to the fourth dimension used in Minkowski space-time. Let's start with a single dimension, where all that exists is a point. Connect points to one another, and you have a line. In one dimension, the only surface you can create is that, a line. But move to two dimensions and create more lines, and you can create shapes. These are two-dimensional surfaces. Move up to three dimensions, and you can connect these shapes to one another and form three-dimensional objects. Now you have a three-dimensional surface, which encompasses a volume of space. Connect three-dimensional objects to one another, and you form a four-dimensional object, which encompasses a volume of both space and time. It is on that fourth-dimensional axis that our minds are connected. If that was true, then what would prevent anyone from sending their consciousness backward or forward in time? That theory is the foundation of the AB project. The A represents after, and the B represents before. It probably sounds silly to you. A ridiculous story made up by a bad old woman. But look at what's happened to you. You've seen many different worlds and timelines, haven't you, Sigma? And what about you, Phi? I know you have too. Am I wrong? Tenmyoji should know what I'm talking about as well. I believe you experienced something very similar nearly half a century ago. You sent your consciousness to the past.
Not
to
more
help
silly than
save
string theory.
your girl's life. It was a long time ago. But
What are you talking about, Clumsy?
perhaps you still remember.
She's not dead in this timeline.
Yeah.
We
of
haven't
course I
found
do.
a dead old lady in
How
any
could
of
I
our AV
forget?
games.
That little girl was you, Akane.
Those were other timelines. See, what you have to realize is that what we're looking at right now is a Schrodinger's Akane. And it's not even the first time Akane's been in this superposition of being alive and dead. Because that is the whole premise of 999. The whole premise is that you're saving Akane 9 years ago by completing that journey. Like, that's why if you do things in the wrong order, she like dies and like burns up and just disappears on you, and you have to like go back and change things because her whole existence is kind of a paradox. Like, and here she is again. Suddenly it felt like Phi and I were outsiders, trespassing on something we had no right to see. Temioji's face was taut with emotions as he looked into Akane's eyes. It seemed almost like she was looking back at him.
Now, unfortunately, my time is up. The final stage of the project.
The real question is,
very
why
soon.
is she alive?
I need to go prepare. The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story.
How is she alive?
So come and find me. I'll be waiting. One last thing. The cat in the box.
Well, I think in the recording she's assuming she's dead. Low key.
Is it alive? Or is it dead? Sigma? Phi? You will decide its fate. Goodbye.
Wait! Akane, wait!
Oh, Tenmyoji, I can almost see you. You don't need to worry. Everything is going to be okay. I
Wait. Akane!
And then she was gone. Tenmyoji collapsed to his knees and his back hunched and shaking. I saw tears land on his white-knuckled fists as he pressed against his thighs. I kept quiet. What was there to say? Fi and I looked at one another and nodded silently. With a shaking hand, Tenmyoji pulled a photograph out of his pocket. It was a picture of a girl. After all that we'd been through, her smile was enough to break your heart. We made our way to the warehouse on floor A and met up with the others. It took only a few minutes to decide to head to the infirmary. As soon as we arrived, we began to treat Alice and Quark for Radical 6. I gave Luna the Excelivir that we'd found in the queue room. She quickly prepared it and... injected Alice and Quark.
Thank goodness. It will take some time for them to recover completely, but they should be fine.
Good.
Indeed.
Thank you, Luna, and thanks for finding the medicine, you guys.
Absolutely. Why do you think I'm replaying this game? I love this game. I love
Thank
like
you
the
so
topics it
much.
brings up. Don't sweat it.
No need to thank us.
Tenmyoji said nothing, just walked over to Quark's unconscious body. He took the small boy's hand in his own and held it tight. Can you stop? Cats. Everyone's happy. Suddenly I remembered. Dio. Where had he gone? It didn't take me long to find him. He was sprawled, unconscious on the floor beneath the sink. Handcuffs?
Oh, we found those in the crew quarters. Before you returned, we went to check on the bomb in room 2, and we found them there. Of course, the bomb was indeed turned off. Thank you again for dealing with them. You are, quite literally, lifesavers. You have my eternal gratitude.
I coughed awkwardly and looked pointedly around the room. I glanced over at Fi to see what she was to see she was doing the same thing. After that, we headed back to the Floor A warehouse to play the AB game. Specifically, me, Fi, Kay, and Luna. Clover and Tenmyoji decided to remain in the infirmary, just in case something happened with Alice, Quark, or Dio. Luna would represent Clover's team. With Quark and Dio sleeping, Kay would represent their team by default, which left me, Fi, and Tenmyoji. You should
no,
vote.
I'll let you handle it. I chose Betray in the last round. You probably don't trust me right now.
What? That doesn't matter now.
Excuse me, I apologize for interrupting, but I think you should be the one to vote in the next round fight.
Why?
You already have 9 BP. There's no reason for you to choose Betray now, you see?
Hey, you're acting like I might actually try and betray her.
Not necessarily.
What does it matter what he's suggesting? We're almost there. We just have to play the AB game 3 more times. Then we can all get 9 points. But that means each representative has to choose ally all 3 times.
Man got change of the sink, yeah. Hi. I see you, Gravy.
Okay, I'll vote. You sure you're alright with this, Sigma?
Yeah, I trust you. I handed her the star key.
Shall we open the doors?
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
Oh, right. We have to wait for the deadline.
Oh, well, we could vote earlier, but then each voter would be stuck inside the AV room for 45 minutes.
Okay, let's go back to the infirmary then.
I agree. Please, lead the way.
Luna and Kay set off toward the yellow door. I was about to follow when...
Hold on. I just remembered something. The AB room on the left, in one of the other histories, she...
Oh, yeah. You're right. Akane's body was in there. What does this mean? Why didn't we find her body this time?
Maybe because she wasn't murdered.
But how? When did history change? When do you guys think history changed? Do you have any guesses?
Do you remember what Akane said?
The cat in the box. Is it alive or is it dead? Sigma. Phi. You will decide its fate.
You have no idea. The Schrodinger's cat thing.
Exactly.
I wondered what she meant about us deciding
Perhaps
its
she
fate.
was saying her own fate wasn't decided yet. The
Huh?
history where she's alive and the history where she's murdered are both real right now.
What? No, that's impossible. We've already opened the box. We opened the door to this AB room and there was no body.
No, we haven't opened the box. We haven't found a body. But we haven't found her alive yet either. In other words, we haven't actually observed her. The hologram was a recording from before this game started.
The next time we meet, I can tell you the rest of the story. So come and find me. I'll be waiting.
Where was Akane now? Where was she waiting for us? Or what if she wasn't anywhere now? What if she was waiting for us in another timeline? Or what if she was waiting for us in the past? Was that even possible? If she was, what would that mean? Gravy! To be continued. Oh my god, guys. We gotta find a new ending. What? Where are we gonna go? Oh! The first time we voted. Earlier than that. But you're getting closer. Damn it. Feels like my head's gonna explode. Wait. Where the hell am I? Looks like an elevator,
No.
but
This is one of the AB rooms.
who the hell are you? And what the hell's an AB room?
Damn. I guess you did lose your memory after all.
Memory? Memory. I remember. You're Phi. She grinned. When is
Check
this?
your bracelet.
It's a red pair. BP is 3.
Mine's the same.
Does this mean it's the beginning of the game? We've gone back to when we first woke up in the AB room?
No, not quite. I think we woke up a little earlier this time.
How do you know?
Push the buttons on the side of your bracelet.
2 hours? 15 minutes?
We didn't wake up this long before the primary doors opened last time. I think we're about an hour early.
Wait a minute. If you're
Yeah,
right,
Akane might still be alive. We got back before Dio killed her. I think.
then...
Right. We're here for one reason.
To stop her from getting killed.
Exactly.
Let's move. We need to figure
Don't
out
need
how to
tell me
here.
twice.
Fast.
Let's go.
Seek a way out. Oh, yeah, that too. Alright. Hurry up and grab the cracker. Damn, I meant key. How the hell? Just shut up and do it. Ready to find? What do you think? I know. I don't need to ask you every time, right? And why the hell are you asking? Hurry up and... Right. I'm going. 10, 9, 8, 1. Done. Hey, you pushed the button. Bite me. You were taking too long. We're on a schedule here. Yeah. Wait. Vi and I climbed up through the hatch and out on top of the AB room. It took us only a moment to spot them. Akane. Behind her was Dio. He was moving quickly and quietly, a knife glinting in his hands. Oh shit. I accidentally pressed a button. Shit. There was no time to yell to her. I scrambled down from the top of the AV room. Vi wasn't following me. When I looked back, she was still standing on the roof. Vi, what the hell are you doing? Get down here and... Before I could finish, she moved. She ran across the roof, launched herself into the air. Vi fucking ganked his ass. What the...
He's fine. Just unconscious.
I bent down and held my fingers in front of his mouth. He was still breathing.
I don't think he saw me. He probably has no idea what happened to him.
Guy went down like a sack of potatoes.
He had it coming.
I heard footsteps come to a stop right in front of us. I looked up.
So you came. I've been waiting for you. You're here to hear the rest, right?
Wait. Just wait a minute. What the hell is your deal? How can you be so calm? If we hadn't shown up just now, you'd...
Have been stabbed in the heart by this young man and died. Yes. Although, that reminds me, I haven't thanked you yet. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate you saving me.
What?
Hold on. How do you know about being stabbed by Dio? Are you an Esper too?
Yes, indeed I am. I am able to jump through time, just like you.
Then what the hell were you thinking? If you knew he was going to stab you, why were you going to let him do it?
Because I had to.
You what?
Think back. Why are you here? If I hadn't been killed by Dio, no one else would have been murdered. Consequently, your own abilities would never have manifested. I did explain, didn't I? The purpose of the AB project was to send the two of you to the past. Or your minds, at least.
Poor guy did nothing wrong yet. He's a part of a cult that, like, destroyed the planet. What?
In order for that to happen, some death was necessary.
Even if he didn't kill anyone here yet, he's killed a lot of people.
When a human brain is faced with danger, its processing speed increases. Information is processed more quickly, and time almost seems to slow. A few seconds can feel like an eternity.
I know, tomorrow we go up and we're gonna
That
move you in.
itself isn't enough to send oneself through time.
Which means next Nonary Game Sunday will feature the mop dog herself, Una.
The amplitude of the consciousness is simply too small. In order to increase the amplitude, we need to slow down the brain before the increase happens.
Mop dog, mop dog. He means well. No, he wants to blow us up.
It's a little like a slingshot. You pull back on the rubber band and then let go. The potential energy you stored in the band is released and converted into kinetic energy. That's what fires the bullet out of the slingshot. Now, while a slingshot can only fire in one direction, your mind isn't similarly limited. When the bullet of your consciousness is fired from a slingshot of your brain, it travels past the three-dimensional world and into the four-dimensional one. From that perspective, time is no longer fixed. In other words, you can travel to the future, the past, whenever you like. Your consciousness has been released from the three-dimensional cage. In order for that to happen, I had to infect you with Radical 6.
Whoa, what?
We're infected with Radical 6?
Yes. Don't you remember, Sigma? Luna should have told you about it in another timeline.
Are you sure? Infecting all of these people with such a horrible disease?
Every single one of you has been infected. Well, apart from Luna, of course. Unfortunately, it was necessary. We needed to slow your minds in order to store up your potential energy. Then we provided a dire situation that would accelerate your processing speed. The result is what you are now experiencing. Your consciousness now occupies four-dimensional space-time. Even that, however, wasn't enough. You had the ability to travel, but your memories could easily be lost during the trip. If the project was to succeed, you had to be able to retain everything you learned in each reality. That was the reason you were forced to jump so many times. With each jump, your ability to remember improved. Eventually, you would be able to retain everything. That is why we made you play the AB game. That was why you had to select different chromatic doors. By forcing specific choices, we could cause you to make more jumps.
Yes. That's okay, my love. It's nice to have you here. You keep packing and do what you gotta do. And thank you, Morphonia, for being happy for us both. Yeah, Akane has had so much experience with her powers because she was in the original Nonary game as a child. She was in the second Nonary game. She's done this too. She's had a lot of experience. She had to literally, like, she exists because of a paradox. Like, she needs time travel to exist. So it's kind of like a, I love you too, my love. So, like, she kind of, like, Uber trained for that shit. And now she's Uber training us for that shit. Don't worry, this is not the last we'll see of Akane, Sigma, or Phi. Temioji too. Well, okay. There's a lot of things I don't understand, but all of what you just told me just makes no sense. You did all of this so that Phi and I could jump through four-dimensional space with our memories intact, right?
Yes.
But why did you need us to do that? People have died for this. I mean, let's count how many different ways people died. Murder, antimatter explosion, suicide. I've died, so has Phi, so have you. So why would you do all this? What does it matter that Phi and I jumped through time?
Haven't I told you? Death was unavoidable. You are all destined to die. Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
I already know all that. What I'm asking you is why. What is so goddamn important that it's worth all this?
I'm sure you'll figure it out eventually.
What? Just when is eventually.
In a future not very far from now.
Bullshit. That's not good enough. Why can't you tell us now? Instead of answering, Akane knelt down next to Dio and picked his knife up off the floor.
I'm going to keep this with me.
Don't change the
But
subject.
It's almost time.
What are you talking about? We've got plenty of time.
No, in a few moments, you'll return to the original timeline.
What?
This is the way it has to be. Don't fight it. Lagomorph.
Yes.
Lagomorph?
You call him Zero Jr. His official designation is Lagomorph. Lagomorph, this is an order. Unlock my bracelet.
Compliance.
Compliance?
Now, everything is in place.
Yeah, if you're playing this game and you're not playing different routes, you're not playing the game. If you play the game, whoo! That was a weird sensation. Autism's fucking me up now. So, like, if you play this game and you get one ending and you go, oh, well, that was a bad ending, that was stupid, and then you don't ever pick the game back up, that's just not how you're supposed to play the game. No, she didn't create it. She came here to help the scientist who runs this facility, who is Kei's father, who's a guy who makes clones. He's a cloning scientist. And this is his facility. And Akane came here after the facility was made to help them with the AB project.
I have put the bracelet onto Dio.
The real question is, who is Zero, right? This is a Zero, but this isn't Zero the Third.
All we have to do is place his body in the 5th AB room, the second one from the right.
That's the one Quark is in, right?
Correct. I will move him. I will also put your bodies back into the 3rd AB room. Once that's done, I will reset its puzzle to an unsolved state.
Why do you need to do all that?
Recreate the history that you remember. Your consciousness is about to leave your body and return to the future. Your body will be emptied, and your other consciousness will jump back in. If your bodies aren't back in the 3rd AB room by then, it would be bad.
So you're saying some version of us is going to wake up in that room and repeat the same history again? Well, I guess this could actually be our 2nd or 3rd time.
You are exactly correct. Lastly, I'm going to leave this with you.
She paused and pulled something out of her pocket. There was a small key attached to a string.
I'll tie it onto your ankle so that you won't lose it. All right, Sigma?
An old rusty key. What's it say on
Tu
there?
fui ego eris.
It's Latin. It means, what you are, I was. What I am, you will be.
Yes.
What am I supposed to do
It
with
will
it?
help you meet someone who's very important.
What?
Go. Return to the future. You won't be alone. I will be at your side, watching over you. Now hurry.
Wait, I still...
Looks like you're awake.
Is this the infirmary?
Why are we here?
Do you know what happened at the AB gate?
Kay and I went back to the infirmary, but
We waited and waited, and the two of you never returned.
so we went to the warehouse to check on you.
We found you passed out in front of the AB rooms.
Kay and I hurried back here with you.
I looked over at Fi and met her eyes. Do you remember what happened just now?
You mean what happened a long time ago?
Yeah. You got him pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I remember all right.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Quark!
What am I? Chopped liver?
Back among
Alice?
the conscious and not psychotic, huh?
Yeah, thanks. Grandpa told me what you did. Thanks for finding the medicine for us.
No problem. All in a day's work. Although, I wouldn't mind a little swimsuit action.
Really grabbing at straws here, aren't you?
Hey, I wasn't talking to Quark. That was an offer for
Not
Alice.
really my point.
Oh, whatever. Forget about that. Now that you guys are awake, all we gotta do is open the number 9 door.
Huh?
What are you talking about?
Look at your bracelet.
It says 10. I have 10 BP.
I've got 15 B. That means I got 6 more points while I was out.
But how?
You've been asleep for more than 2 hours. We've played the AB game 3 times.
3 times?
Of course, the color and group assignments were shuffled around each time, but no matter who voted, everyone chose Ally. And now all of us have enough to leave.
Damn. I was stunned. How had everyone cooperated long enough to raise all of our BP past 9? Was it because Akane hadn't been killed? Without a death to start things off, maybe we'd been less suspicious of one another. Or could the bombs have had something to do with it? We'd all joined forces against Dio, and Fi and I had been able to disarm all of them. All of us had banded together against a common enemy and overcome a tremendous threat. Perhaps that had strengthened our bond. Which I had to admit would be somewhat ironic. After all, Dio had planted the bombs that forced us all to work together against him. That must have been what Akane was talking about.
Haven't I told you death was unavoidable? Sacrifices had to be made for the sake of the project.
Come on, let's go! Let's open the door and get out of here!
Wait. What about him? After some discussion, we decided to leave Dio behind. Alice was the only holdout. She'd complained about wanting to take him back to her superiors, but after I mentioned that they'd come back to investigate after we escaped and deal with Dio, then, she reluctantly complied.
All right, let's get going.
We outie 5,000. Everybody ready? I'm gonna open it.
Yes, just get on with it.
Everyone else swallowed and nodded. I grabbed the lever and pulled down.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Alright, everybody, let's move. I didn't need to tell them twice. The room inside was clearly a loading elevator. It looked sort of like a large plate on top of a huge pedestal. We ran to the center of the plate and turned around. The number 9 door stood wide open.
2, 1, 0. The number 9. The number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked.
Looks like we did it.
Yes. We should keep moving.
Beyond the door was a wide hallway that ended in a very solid wall. To the left we found a very familiar looking door. We pushed it open and went in. The pressure exchange chamber.
You know what this place is?
Yeah, sort of. This whole facility was pressurized, apparently. I think the idea is to keep the air outside and consequently the virus from getting inside. That means that if we want to get out, we have to decompress so we match the outside air pressure. This room here is where you prepare for going into the actual pressure exchange room. You see all those suits along the wall? I figure we need to put those on and head out to the decompression room downstairs.
Whoa! Hold on a minute. You're saying the air outside is full of that horrible virus?
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Of course, according to Akane, we were all already infected with Radical 6, so the whole room seemed a little pointless.
Why? How did all this happen?
Did they...
No, that's not possible.
We've come this far. We can't turn back now. Let's go outside. There's no way to know what's really going on until we do.
All right.
No one else objected. We all donned the protective suits and headed downstairs to the decompression room. Why was that a thing? All doors open? Because if you're trapped inside, that means you can access like the pantry and the lab and all of that stuff, so you can eat and live. So like, it's not like if you get trapped inside, if the Nonary game ends and you didn't get to leave, you're not just gonna sit there and starve to death. You know? As soon as we were all inside, the process began. Through my helmet, I could hear the soft hiss of air being sucked out of the room. We all stood there for several minutes, waiting for the process to finish. At last it did, and we heard the door begin to open. Beyond it was another decompression chamber. We repeated the process 2 more times before we reached the final door and opened it. The dead, bleak landscape wasn't a surprise for me. I'd seen it before in another timeline. The others hadn't, however, and although I couldn't see their faces through the visors of their helmets, I heard more than a few gasps over the radio. For a few long moments, we just stood there astonished.
Where the hell are we? The desert, I guess? I figured that out. I mean, which one?
I think Morphonia had a good guess as to where we were. But that leaves the question, if that is where we are, then what's that up in the sky, yeah?
I don't know, but I think I know what day it is. Look at the moon. It's red, right? That means today's the total lunar eclipse. So? Remember the astronomy magazine in the lounge? Well, the next eclipse like this was gonna be on December 31st, 2028. So...
Well, if Morphonia is here, maybe they can shed some light.
Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Are you suggesting we were sleeping for a week after we were abducted?
I think so.
Wherever we were must have been far away from any city. The air was clearer than I'd ever seen it. And the stars, the sky was so full of them. More stars than I'd ever seen in my life. I could even spot the hazy arm of the Milky Way. The most striking feature was the moon. It was blood red and massive, much bigger, in fact, than I remembered it being. Then, as I watched, a black spot began to move across the surface. It was hard to see the details, but it looked circular. The spot continued to move across the moon, heading for the right edge.
The moon.
What?
Well, the moon's shadow, actually.
The moon's shadow? I frowned. That didn't make any sense.
Zero told me to stay quiet. I think he was worried I'd spill the beans on his operation. He said if I didn't toe the line, he wouldn't just kill me. He'd kill Quark, too. And I agreed, like an idiot, and brought Quark with me. Just so I could see her. Such an idiot. So, that being the case, might as well start with this. I meant what I said before. That up there is the moon's shadow.
What the hell are you saying?
Think about it. If that's the moon's shadow, then what's it falling on?
That's Earth.
Yeah. It's not the red moon you get from a lunar eclipse. And again, this isn't a lunar eclipse. It's a solar eclipse. Anybody in the black spot down there is looking up at the moon covering the sun.
What? No way. If that's the Earth, then where the hell are we?
The moon, of course. This is the lunar surface. We were just inside a moon base. No way. No. You've got to be lying. How do you expect us to believe that? This can't be the moon.
Yeah, that's pretty ridiculous. Besides, if this was the moon, how do you explain the gravity? The moon only has 1/6 of the Earth's gravity. So what's this?
She picked up a rock and dropped it.
See, that looked perfectly normal.
Yes, it looked that way.
Luna?
You were right about the gravity in a way. I was one of the people who knew this wasn't Earth. Well, I suppose I'm not people, if we're being honest, but
Excuse me? What?
please just listen. Alice, you were infected with Radical 6. Then we gave you the Accelavir, which cured you. The Radical 6 isn't completely gone, though. Some of its symptoms stick around for a while.
What symptoms?
Well, Radical 6 can slow down your brain's processing speed by the root of 1/6. It can take a while for your brain to get back up to speed. Every one of us has been infected. In other words, all of our brains have been processing information at a much lower speed. If you evaluated the root of 1/6, you'll get a number close to 0.408. That means our brains are running at something slightly less than half speed. As you said before, the moon's gravity is about 1/6 that of Earth's. The time that it takes for an object to fall is inversely proportional to the square root of the gravitational acceleration. Since the gravity is lower on the moon, that means the time increases. I guess that's a little technical. Let me give you an example. Say you drop an apple from a height of 4.9 meters. It will take approximately 1 second to hit the ground. On the moon, however, that time would be 1 second times root 6, which would be approximately 2.45 seconds. I used 4.9 meters because it matches up with the acceleration of gravity nicely, but it could be anything. The gravity constant is, well, a constant. You could drop something from 10 centimeters or 10 meters and it would be the same. Does that make sense? So, now we've established that on the moon, things fall 6 times slower than they do on Earth. That being the case, what would happen if someone's brain slowed down by root 1/6? To them, 2.45 seconds would feel like 1 second. 4.9 seconds would feel like 2. But it's not hypothetical. That's what's been happening to every one of us.
Wait, you're saying that's the reason we didn't notice the weaker gravity?
Are you sure you didn't notice anything? Think back.
Huh?
You and Sigmund Phi said something about it in the lounge. About how you felt weird. It's kind of like my body isn't really mine. I'm sort of floating. Like that.
It seemed insane, but what Luna said made sense. In fact, it explained Phi's apparently superhuman strength quite well.
Wait, this is crazy. That can't possibly be Earth out there. Look at it. I've seen photos of Earth, and it's blue and green and beautiful.
Okay, Scarge, well, it's science fiction, so in this instance, it is a constant. Cry about it. Adorable sneezes? Nuh-uh. I was thinking that Phi was just cool when she did that. She is just cool.
That thing is just red.
Before we get into that, I should probably tell you something. This isn't New Year's Eve in 2028. Today is January 27th.
In 29? Guys, do you know what year it